Can robots take over the world? Take a minute and think. A morning in the year 2045. The world wakes up, but everything is different now. The ones walking the streets aren't humans. They're millions of robots going to work. In factories, hospitals, even government buildings, decisions are being made by artificial intelligence systems. Armies are fully unmanned. Sounds scary, right? But the truly frightening part is this. This scenario is much closer than you think. Take a look at the phone in your hand. Think about the screen you're watching right now. There's a good chance even these were designed by artificial intelligence. That dark future we saw in science fiction movies is no longer a fantasy. And maybe, without realizing it, we're already living inside that future. Everything is changing very fast. Science has started falling behind technology. It sounds strange, but it's true. The technological progress we've seen over the past 20 years is unbelievable. Smartphones appeared. Voice-controlled assistants entered our homes. Self-driving cars are being tested on roads. So where does this stop? Or does it stop at all? In the 2030s, artificial intelligence systems will surpass humans in certain fields. They already have in chess and Go. That was just the beginning. Now they paint pictures, compose music, diagnose complex diseases. So what happens tomorrow? Who knows what we'll see in the next 10 years? Robots are evolving too, of course. Have you seen Boston Dynamics robots? They do backflips, dance, overcome all kinds of obstacles. In factories in China, millions of robots are now working alongside humans. And every day, they become smarter and more capable. Which industries will fall first? Some already have. Factories and manufacturing. You can see it just by looking at factories. In the early 2020s, robots replaced 3 out of every 10 workers in automobile factories. By 2035, that number could rise to 9 out of 10. And I'm not just talking about physical labor. Quality control, production planning, logistics, all of these can now be done more efficiently by artificial intelligence.
Foxconn plans to replace 1 million workers with robots. In Amazon warehouses, humans and robots are competing, and robots are winning. Think about it. A robot can work 24/7, doesn't need rest, doesn't make mistakes. Why hire a human? The service industry, restaurants, hotels, customer service. In Japan, there are hotels run entirely by robots. Robot waiters take orders. Robot chefs cook the food. Are people satisfied? Surprisingly, yes, because robots never get tired and never get cranky. It's the same in healthcare. There are surgical robots that don't suffer from shaky hands like humans do. AI diagnoses are sometimes more accurate than those of experienced doctors. By the 2040s, there may be no humans left in operating rooms. Who knows? Transportation. Tesla, Waymo, Mercedes, all of them are developing autonomous vehicles. These aren't dreams anymore. They're real. According to predictions, by 2035, 60% of vehicles on the road could be autonomous. Do you know what that means? 3.5 million truck drivers, thousands of taxi and Uber drivers, bus drivers, most of them will likely lose their jobs. The financial world. Algorithmic trading has already taken over Wall Street. Artificial intelligences that make millions of transactions in milliseconds are steering the markets. Banking, insurance, investment advising, AI can do all of it. The scariest part is this. These systems learn and improve themselves. One day, they could become powerful enough to control the entire financial system. The most dangerous area, defense industry. This is where things get truly dangerous. Autonomous weapons, killer robots, drone swarms. These aren't movies anymore. The US, China, Russia, Israel, all of them are developing autonomous weapon systems. These weapons select their own targets and fire on their own. There is no human intervention. Turkey's Kargu 2 drone is said to have automatically identified and attacked targets in Libya. Israel's Harpy system detects enemy radar and destroys it on its own. Pandora's box has already been opened. Asimov's dream, the laws of robotics. This is exactly where Isaac Asimov's famous robot laws come to mind. Back in the 1940s, Asimov, as a science fiction writer, imagined something like this. Robots should be programmed with 3 fundamental rules. First law, a robot may not harm a human being or, through inaction, allow a human being to come to harm. Second law, a robot must obey the orders given it by human beings, except where such orders would conflict with the first law. Third law, a robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second law. Sounds great, right? But real life isn't that simple. These laws work beautifully in science fiction, but how would they be applied in practice? How do you teach this to an autonomous weapons system? How will it distinguish friend from enemy, civilian from soldier? The real fear is this: what happens if these artificial intelligences become advanced enough to see humans as a threat? Would Asimov's laws actually work in the real world, or would they remain just a fantasy? Can artificial intelligence govern the world? Some people ask, why not? Humans make decisions based on emotions, biases, and conflicts of interest. Artificial intelligence, on the other hand, can make decisions based on data and logic. In theory, a world governed by AI could be more efficient and more fair. In China, AI systems are used in city management, traffic control, even social credit systems. In Singapore, artificial intelligence runs simulations of national policies. Slowly but surely, they're entering decision-making mechanisms. But there's a problem here. How will artificial intelligence define its values? Will it understand human rights? Will it show empathy? What if, based on cold logic, it concludes that humanity is the planet's biggest problem? Singularity, genius beyond control. They call it technological singularity, the moment when artificial intelligence surpasses human intelligence in every field and begins improving itself. Ray Kurzweil says this moment will arrive in 2045. What happens after that? No one knows. A self-improving artificial intelligence could create smarter versions of itself without human intervention. This process would accelerate faster and faster, and one morning we could wake up sharing the planet with beings far more intelligent than we are. Stephen Hawking warned us, the development of artificial intelligence could spell the end of the human race. Elon Musk keeps sounding the alarm, but we keep developing it anyway because we can't stop. It's already too late to pretend Pandora's box hasn't been opened.
So what's going to happen? Let me put it this way. The robot and artificial intelligence revolution has already begun. Every day, every hour, it moves forward a little more. In factories, hospitals, streets, even in our homes. As long as control remains in our hands, these tools serve us. But what happens the moment we lose control? Maybe robots won't take over the world. Maybe we'll hand it over to them because it's more comfortable, more efficient, easier. Every robot driver, every AI doctor, every autonomous system means handing over a small piece of control. The real question isn't, can robots take over the world? The real question is, when will we realize they already have? Shaping the future is still in our hands, but that window is closing a little more every day. And one day, when we look out that window, we may not see a human on the other side, but a machine, smiling at us and saying, "Don't worry." What do you think? Let's meet in the comments. I'm curious to hear your thoughts.